do da do da do da do da do do da do da do da do da do.
Welcome on,
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome
step
to
right up,
Ricky's
step right
podcast,
up,
big
boys
and
and
small.
girls.
Welcome to Ricky's podcast, one and all. Welcome to the podcast now.
The greatest podcast in the world.
Welcome on, welcome to Ricky's podcast, big and small. Welcome to Ricky's podcast, one and all. Welcome to the podcast now.
Put your hands together for
It's Ricky's podcast.
Oh my gosh, that was loud.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you heard that too?
Yeah,
Oh, I forget that you get to hear everything I get to hear.
yeah. Was that me? My cough?
No, that was the end of the theme song. But
Oh.
yeah, the end. Yeah, basically that happens to me every time I start recording.
You are actually just deafened.
I get it.
I
I jump scare myself every time that we start a podcast.
My gosh. Well,
Man, shame I can't sneak in the start of this podcast on you guys anymore.
no, we'll just be fully aware. Just listen for the deafening cue. Yeah, I don't know too many people that are fully nocturnal.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean, to be fair, he is the one
the
and only
one person that
I
you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who is like actually not. I mean, I know people who stay up very late, but like they still sleep
Yeah.
at night, you know.
I've been staying up quite late lately. It's straight up 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I know because I text you at noon and then you answer me at like at 11 o'clock at night. That's when the conversation begins.
Oh, 11 o'clock at night. That's reasonable. That's not even that bad. But
Well, you know, when I try to go to sleep nowadays at like 10 and then
Yeah,
you text me
that-
back at 11,
yeah.
it gets to be a little
bad
ridiculous.
For you.
Yeah.
True. I'm just quite bad at texting.
Yeah.
I've realized. An introspective look at my faults.
Yeah. Bad at texting.
Bad at texting.
I mean, you just have to pick up the thing and
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of work. Typing words.
you know,
It's
like
tough.
what is it? Like the last text you sent me was just K.
This is true.
It's a lot of work. He says. Just K and enter. That's all you do. That's the extent of your contribution, and it's too much, man.
It's yeah. Wow. Huh. Yeah. All of these people skateboarding around. It reminds me when I used to skateboard.
Yeah. And I used to skateboard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you skateboard?
When I was a straight up child.
2 years old.
When I came out the womb on a board.
With the backwards cap and
I
Vans on
came
already.
out doing a tray flip and a kick flip and a
all the flips.
yeah. Thus concludes all the tricks I know.
I was doing it around about like end of high school, beginning of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much though. Really just like pushing myself around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the
No heel flips were done.
yeah. That's the way just for
Skateboarding.
transportation. Yeah.
Yeah, the more practical use.
It's like when I used to ride my bike everywhere, and I used to tell people, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, what kind of tricks you do?" It's like I just go from place to place.
I just ride, bro.
I just ride, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember skateboard. I don't know if I told you, absolutely banana story that because, yeah, I used to do skateboarding, and we like went to like this park, and I was never at any point any good at skateboarding.
Sure.
But I remember we went to the skate park and it was absolutely empty, except for like two guys, and one was like the guy that owned the place, and the other guy was freaking Tony Hawk. and we were just there
Oh
with
my
with
God.
Tony Hawk and the guy who owns like the park or whatever.
Wait, like legit Tony
Like
Hawk?
actual Tony Hawk
like
was there.
actual
Like
real Tony
dead ass
Hawk?
Tony
You
Hawk.
met Tony Hawk?
Yeah, I met Tony Hawk
What the
when I was a
frick?
small child.
What the frick?
And my- yeah.
Where was this?
It was like, I think it was still in Arizona, but I don't remember. I've never been to that park since, and I don't remember. I mean, also bear in mind, I was like 9 years old at the time,
Sure.
so I have no idea what was going on anyways. But yeah, it was like, I mean, at least from a 9-year-old perspective, it looked like a pretty big place.
Mm.
And it was just empty except for those two guys and then us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a wild time.
That is
what
pretty.
The heck? That's
and
like
also,
a.
Also, think of all of the hardcore skateboarders that don't get to meet Tony Hawk.
Meanwhile, 9-year-old you just not sure what he's doing. Like, oh hey, what's up?
Yeah.
That's something that you can break out in like like 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah.
That like would be.
I've got some
Maybe
good ones,
full.
man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It hit me with a 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's more like, okay, I'll hit you with like a. me as the idiot I am is like, all right. Firstly, I met Tony Hawk. Let's see, 2 truths and a lie. Okay, I've got like 1 truth. The hardest thing is always the lie, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Shit, I did not prepare for this.
Putting you on the spot. I feel like anytime that somebody does, like, you're in a situation where you have to do 2 truths and a lie, you're never expecting it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you're meeting people for the first time, and they whip that out, and then you have to frantically think of things.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the dead air is driving me crazy.
And just hearing the ambient noise.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've started to become a true podcaster now because dead air gives me actual anxiety.
you can feel it just welling up
I can
inside
feel
of
it.
you.
It's like you're not doing your job. You're not doing it. Man, she is. I also have to think of things that you don't already know as well.
Because I probably know a bit.
Yeah, you know some wacky stuff. right?
Yeah. Although, do I remember these wacky things?
I don't
It's a
know.
different story.
Okay.
Probably do to some extent.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
All right, hit
All
me
right.
with it.
All right. First thing, prior to the Wendy's, the last time I ate was yesterday at noon. And I once stayed up for a full 24 hours. And oh shit, what was the third thing I thought of?
It's falling apart.
I did have something too. It'll come back to me, hold up. Man, what was it?
Meanwhile, there's somebody walking a corgi around, and it reminds to fill the dead air.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how back in the dorms, our RA has a corgi, and they would let students kind of rent the corgi out, borrow the corgi, take
Yeah.
him on walks, and let him chill in our room. So those were good times.
Yeah. Nice. I just I realize that I have so many cool things, but like they come to me like when things remind me of them.
Sporadically, like you can't call them up.
Yeah, like just now where it's like, oh yeah, did you know that I met Tony Hawk? You know.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't like exhibit, that doesn't, inhabit my mind generally. But sometimes, yeah, things remind me of things.
Things remind me of things.
Things remind me of things. I can't think of the other thing. Oh well.
Well,
Either way, both
lot-
of those were true. So
Yeah.
whatever. I might have stayed up for more than. I actually stayed up for more than 24 hours that time. Although I will say it was for a sleep study though. So.
Oh, you had to like tire yourself out
Well,
before you.
Yeah, well,
went in.
basically, yeah, it was like a whole thing to where they wanted to like test like tiredness, fatigue on your performance mentally and physically and all that stuff.
So they just want you to become like force yourself to be sleep deprived and
Yeah.
then like take some tests.
Yeah, basically, exactly, yeah. And they had like reaction, and they also had like pain tests as well, where they had you put your hand into a bucket of ice water and just hold it there for a couple minutes.
A couple minutes? Jeez.
It-
How'd you do on that? Was there any difference?
I mean, I did it. I don't know. I feel like I got a pretty good pain threshold, so
Yeah.
I did it the whole time, every time. So I never
Oh.
gave up in terms of that one.
There was a back when we volunteered for NHS,
Yeah.
we went to an elementary school who was having this like kind of science thing in their cafeteria where like the kids would go around to stations and like do various sciencey things.
Yeah.
And one of the stations was an ice cream station where people would just straight up make ice cream.
Yeah.
Science.
I mean, technically not wrong. I
Yeah,
mean,
not wrong. But after all the hooligans left and we're cleaning up, we just have these buckets of ice.
Yeah.
And in our absolute wisdom and brilliance,
Yeah.
we decided to do just like challenge ourselves to hold our hands in the ice water for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been like 5 or so of us doing this.
Yeah.
But Stacy and Justin Hink.
Yeah.
you
The
know
Stacy
both of
that I
these.
know.
Stacy Davis.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and Justin Hink were the ones that lasted the longest. And at some point, you could just look at their hand, and it's just like pure white. They don't feel anything. It's
Yeah.
absolutely numb. And at this point, they're just waiting for the frostbite to set in. Justin like lifts his hand, sees that there's not an ounce of color on it left. Like straight up, if he did the RGB value, it'd straight up be like 255 like all the way through. And he's like,
You think this might not be worth it?
yeah, for my future self, I think I'm gonna step down. And Stacy just like, as being the wild person as she is, wins clearly.
Yeah.
But it just makes you think about all the stupid things that you do in your childhood
Yeah.
for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. That could have easily resulted in very, very serious bodily injury. Easily.
Yeah, very, very true.
Dude, my uncle, man, one time, because like my father has like 4 brothers,
Jeez, okay.
and so because they're kids, and kids, like you do, they want to have fun. They decided that they would play a game where they just straight up throw knives at each other. That's just the game.
The game? Full stop. What the heck?
So one of my uncles caught one in the eye, man.
In the eye?
Well, it wasn't like through the eye; it was like right underneath the eye, and it was
Jesus.
stuck in
Jeez.
right underneath the eye.
What the heck?
Yeah. And so of course, yeah. So they take him. Yeah. No, of course everybody's absolutely panicking, and they're So
Like, oh wow, I couldn't have
Oh.
seen this coming. Oh.
what an absolute,
What a
absolutely
surprise.
unforeseen circumstance.
Jeez. Take him to what? The emergency? Like,
Yeah, obviously they had to take him to the emergency room, and then they got it removed, and it was totally fine. But yeah, straight up got knifed in the eye.
Yeah. I wonder, as you're thinking this through, well, clearly not thinking this through.
Yeah.
But as this idea comes to you, there are consequences just don't come up. They don't cross your mind. Like, what if we succeeded in one of these knives? Bruh. That just reminds me of all the time, I am apparently a hazard to people's homes. And it's a well-known fact that we were playing what was the game? It was Girls Night Out, which is kind of a
I've never heard of that game.
it's there are parts of it that are dares, and then parts of it that are you give a card to whoever you think is most likely to fill in the blank, or
Most
it's-
likely to eat shit.
that would probably be one of the cards. Not gonna lie, but the card was something like most likely to like have to like pay the cleaning fee at an Airbnb or like
Yeah.
destroy something at an Airbnb, something like that. And apparently it was like unanimously decided that it was me who would receive this card. And at first I'm like, what? Hold up. I'm a very clean person. And then they reminded me of all the times that I've straight up just damaged people's property, from spilling like an entire like big gulp cup of root beer in somebody's car to like bashing in some like tripping and straight up creating a crack in somebody's wall in their garage.
I remember that one.
Yeah. I've like thrown a knife over somebody's wall, which is like what
I
made, what
remember
made
that
me
one.
think about that. And then I've chucked a bocce ball at somebody's house, accidentally, clearly.
On purpose.
I've broken Justin's door, like I
To his
don't-
house?
In his not like to his bedroom.
Oh, dang,
like we
okay.
were. I think I was like wrestling someone or like just goofing around, and I just like busted through this guy's door and break the lock. Many things.
So much for that security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not very secure.
Although, yeah, I do remember the last time I was at Justin's place, I was a bit of a menace. However, I must say it was not my fault, I must say. Because,
Yeah.
he was like, he had me do the VR, and we were playing Super Hot.
Oh yeah.
You know that one? Yeah. Yeah, but of course, I've got, a toaster strapped to my face, so I kind of can't really see what's going on around me. And basically, yeah, I was just like... And his only job was to make sure I don't bump into anything. And he was not very good
Your
at
one
that job.
job.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would just keep slamming into like drawers and stuff and just,
Super Hot is a fun game though.
It's an extremely, especially in VR, it's an
Yeah.
extremely fun game.
Very, very fun.
Yeah.
Almost all of the games in VR are pretty fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I also like Beat Saber.
Yeah, I
Um,
tried that one, yeah.
Super Hot. There was also a game that was, like, supposed to be, like, hyper realistic FPS.
Hyper realistic gore.
Hyper What?
You don't know that?
Is that a meme?
It is a meme.
No, I don't know this meme.
Yeah, it's a reference to Sonic EXE.
Sonic. Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's just a creepypasta.
Oh.
Basically, in the creepypasta, the guy like uses the phrase hyper realistic gore like 50 times or whatever. He just says it all the time.
Good. I was bad at that game as well. Hyper realistic gore.
Hyper realistic gore. It's not
As
just,
opposed to
as opposed to just the normal realistic gore that you just see in your daily life.
Would you say that the scene in Hereditary is hyper realistic gore?
I mean, I don't know about that. They actually don't show that. I mean, you get to see her head
See your head.
with like ants and stuff all over it, so that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you don't get to see like the blood or the guts out the stump end or anything.
Do we not see the stump end?
I don't think we see the body's stump end.
Doesn't he like look in the rearview mirror and then like quickly
Well,
looks away?
It's like night and you can't like really see anything.
Oh.
I don't think.
No, you want that like spotlights and
He whips out like a super high-powered flashlight, beams it right on the stump. It's like, yep,
She did.
definitely did.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler alert for Hereditary.
Although if you haven't seen Hereditary at this point, what are you doing?
You have to see it, man.
What do you-
Hereditary and Midsummer.
Yeah.
Both of them you have to see.
Prepare to be slightly traumatized.
Dude, when is Ari Aster coming out with another movie?
I'm
man?
just waiting for it.
When has the Lord
I'm
and Savior-
excited for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Has he announced it yet?
hallelujah. I haven't heard anything, so
I haven't either.
guessing not.
Yeah.
But I wonder where he gets his inspiration for these.
Well, I think he said that like he visited like Sweden or something for Midsummer.
For Midsummer.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
And then Hereditary. I mean, I feel like, I feel like you don't have to be that out of the box to I don't know. It's a very good movie, but I mean, just it's not like it's out there or anything to.
No,
You know.
no, not as like Midsummer was definitely much more out there than Hereditary.
Yeah.
No, Hereditary was mostly just like some of the same tropes as usual, just
Yeah.
actually done well.
Yeah.
With added decapitated child
Yeah. Which is always
for
nice.
the kicks.
Yeah. And then just random demon at the end.
Yeah, random demon.
I remember that tripped me up. It doesn't ruin the movie for me, but it's like, oh, that's a bit of a
Just throw it on in there.
a bit tacked on, but
Yeah.
all right, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Going for some kind of explanation for some of the events in it, and then
Yeah.
I guess that's the solution they came up with.
Well, it's basically the Stephen King dilemma, to where you think of such a good premise that then you like, oh wait, I have to actually
We have to
write an ending.
rationalize this.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, so that's like the classic Stephen King thing where he comes up with like the craziest mysteries. He's like, oh, how will it happen? You'll just have to wait till the end, and then the end comes. It's like, oh shit! It was like an interdimensional turtle. That one. That's a literal part of one of his
An
books. too.
interdimensional turtle.
Yep, that is actually the explanation for it, by the way. Interdimensional turtle.
What?
Yeah.
Not present. They decided to cut that part out of the movie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, kind of.
I don't remember an interdimensional turtle from that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was at the end where we're just random
Well,
turtle
What was
is God.
How is he's just God?
He's just God, man.
How does that link to Pennywise?
It doesn't. But it's there though.
What? Do you think that like Stephen King is just like naturally so messed up in his head that he comes up with all of these stories, or do you think he like trips
Well, that's the
and then
most
comes up with it?
That's the most concerning thing I think about Stephen King, is that as far as I can tell from all the research I've done, he has led a completely normal life. So
These just live up in his headspace.
yeah, I mean, he
Rent
did
free.
do like a lot of cocaine in like the 70s and stuff. So I mean, that must have done something, but I mean, I don't think even that explains half of the stuff he comes up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
But then he quit cocaine, and his books are still pretty whack. You know.
Yeah. Was he writing as he was on cocaine?
Yeah, I think like the first few books he was still on cocaine at the time.
Are there like any difference from those books to his non-cocaine?
I would have
books?
to research exactly when he stopped doing cocaine. Well, there's like 2 times when he did drugs. One was like the very beginning when he was on a bunch of cocaine, and then he like
Nice.
quit, and then he gets hit by a van. Just walking down the street, a van just hits him.
Jeez. Okay.
So he's on like a ton of
Opioids?
painkillers, yeah, as you can imagine. And so he wrote like a couple of books whilst on those, and those books were like known for being not great,
Bad. Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he stopped taking them, and then
Back to
modern Stephen King now. You
yeah.
know?
Back to normal Stephen King. Normal, messed up, psychotic
Yeah,
Stephen King.
the way God intended.
Yes. Jeez, that always just reminds me of the what's the name? Like the Las Vegas dude. Henry, is it Henry? No.
You're gonna have to narrow it down just a little bit more for me.
There's what's the book where Fear and Loathing in
Oh, Fear and Loathing in Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
It always just reminds me of Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Whenever my token drug user, prolific drug user,
Yeah.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah. Stephen King definitely did not even come kind
Come
of
close to that.
I think Hunter S. Thompson did more in like a day than like Stephen King probably did throughout the entire of the 80s or something. You know?
Yeah. My roommate had a Fear and Loathing poster up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he read.
Nice. Yeah. That's a cool cover too.
It is.
The artwork is pretty
Trippy.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that right next to, like a Kids See Ghosts
Yeah.
poster.
Also a great
Oh,
poster.
Kanye, listen, we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we should.
have time.
Oh, we should do it. When do you want to do it?
Do it. Do it in January, early January.
In early January.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Saturday's the 1st, right?
Not the first. Oh yeah, yeah. But
Is it
yeah,
the first?
No, well, yes, it probably
Okay.
is the first, but
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You want to play games? All right, I play games.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Most of that week after the first, though,
Okay. Okay.
I can listen to some Kanye.
We listen to a lot of Kanye.
A lot of Kanye.
Came out with a new album too.
Just a bit of Kanye.
Just a spot of Kanye.
New album? Are you
Didn't
talking about?
Didn't he come out with a new album?
Are you
Like a
talking about
new album?
Not Jesus is King. Not.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, you're
Thought he
talking
had another
about words.
They do exist.
Donda.
Donda. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I think that's it.
I listened to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not. I haven't listened to Jesus is King or Donda. Don't play it, by the way.
I will.
We will get claimed so fast. You don't even know.
Kanye's managers or whatever are on that.
Yeah. I mean, most music, but especially if you're playing somebody like Kanye, dude. Yeah, they'll.
I like how he has an album just titled Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Yay is how it's.
Yay.
Yeah, listen to it. It's a good album.
In my headspace, it'll be Yeah.
Yeah. Yee. 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 Yeah, it's good. Also a short one too, if you'll notice.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me look through the albums I haven't heard.
I mean, to be honest, I listened pretty much just to like Graduation, 808s, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and Kids See Ghosts.
Have you
Like,
listened?
I'm skipping out on Life of Pablo, which people would probably like skin me for.
Yeah, actually, that is like I
Yeah.
think that is the like only big Kanye album that I haven't heard. I have not heard Life of Pablo.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like Life of Pablo is the one that people will, like, are very passionate. There are some people who are very passionate about that one being like, one of his best albums.
Yeah.
Like, slept on best albums.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. You haven't listened to The College Dropout, his first one?
I think I'm, like, had to listen through, but not listen.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite Kanye album.
College Dropout?
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably.
It's got a lot of good ones.
Probably Kids See Ghost for me.
Yeah, that one's also good. Yeah. So I have not listened to Life of Pablo or watched The Throne either. However, I heard that I'm not missing out on much in terms of that one.
And Watch the Throne?
Yeah. Well, that one's like the collaboration album he did with somebody else. Jay-Z. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did a collab with Jay-Z for that album, and it's apparently not great. Not great.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah. And then, of course, I have not listened to Jesus is King or Donda.
Yeah.
So,
I won't say anything.
yeah. Okay. I'll listen to it.
So that you can
We'll
have
see.
an unbiased.
Have my virgin ears
Your-
penetrated by the by the sound of Kanye.
Yes. That's verbatim how I would describe it. What a way with words. What a way with words.
I do have a way with words, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Truly.
I felt like I've said something of a similar vein somewhat recently too.
You're talking about Jesus and my mother.
Oh yeah. It's like,
That was,
much like both Jesus and your mother, I have come for the second time.
Yeah. That one was good, actually. Yeah, I laughed.
How funny is that? Because as far as I remember, the whole deal with Jesus coming for the second time that one time was just to be like, hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, check it out. I'm like, I didn't die, guys. anyways, I'll see y'all like much later. You
Yeah.
know, let me just dip. It's like, wait a minute, why did you come back to life if you're just gonna leave?
I mean, I think that was pretty important.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like
It was
a
like fulfilling prophecies or whatever the heck.
yeah, but it feels like fulfilling. I feel like nothing really came out of it though, other than just like proving that yeah, I've got like you know,
Your boys.
I've got the boys behind me. You know.
I've got the boys behind me.
You know.
Nah, if he didn't do that though, like the entire religion probably like fizzled out.
Maybe.
Cause people were already fizzling out, and then he came back and he's like, "What you doing?
What
What's
are you
up?
doing?
Come back together. I'm here. I'm alive."
Yeah.
And then it kickstarts the church.
It's like although it feels like the very definition of weird flex, but all right. You know?
Bro, imagine like Jesus just walks up to you, like holds in his like wrist or whatever. He's like, "I have been resurrected," and you just hit him with the weird flex, but okay. That'd be such an alpha move. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I just always found that part like particularly like it's not like I'm back. Also, I'm healing this entire village, and you know now Egypt has running water or whatever, and then I'm dipping. No, it's just like, hey guys, I'm back. All right, guys,
Peace out.
see you later. It's like you could have done like maybe something while you're like you know performing the sickest miracle of your career. You could have maybe done something with that.
Sickest miracle of your career. Bro, if all of that is real, I want somebody to just like after they die go up to heaven and just say that to the homie's face. Like, yo bro, that was freaking sick what you did back there. Oh snap. I wonder like how many like world leaders or like significant people doing something like crazy like are like very significant, and then some like kid or teenager going up to them and saying something of that energy. Like
Bro.
I don't even know.
Bro, when you invaded Ukraine that one time, absolute gnarly stuff, dude. Bro.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How do you even react to that?
Exactly. No, just,
Thanks,
it's just
dog.
like up here, man.
Just dap him up. You know what's also wild? How regional like greeting somebody is. Like, I've mentioned I've mentioned this before.
Okay.
Maybe not to you, but to other people about how even the simple dap
Yeah.
is different in like different areas of the U.S. Like here in high school, it was almost exclusively like, I don't know how you even describe the motion, but like running the hands against each other and then just a fist bump.
Yeah.
But then, like East Coast, like I that was ingrained in my mind. And then East Coast, I go up there and it's like the running the hands, but then like you almost like grab each other's hands at the end. Have you
Yeah.
seen this dap?
I don't know. Show me.
So it's
Show
like
me the way.
Okay, so it's this,
Yeah.
and then just that, and then you let go. And
I
then
feel like you gotta do
versus
something else with
versus
that.
like this, and then that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there are like variations. Like you can like do the grab, like coming for it.
Yeah, man.
And then you do
Oh,
this, and then some
yeah.
people will snap after.
Yeah, that's the way, man.
Like there's an entire motion with it.
yeah.
But going from like this fist bump, going over there, people expect you to like hold on.
Yeah.
And I was not holding on. And so the first guy I did that to was like, the what is wrong with you? I learned the errors of my ways.
Yeah, I once saw in the wild this one time. Yeah, where the classic, one goes for the fist bump, one goes for the handshake. So just like one, just like
That's the worst. That is absolutely the worst.
Not only that, but like the handshaker, you know, like I feel like at least very obviously saw he was going for the fist bump, grabbed
Like,
it.
there was no
and then-
ambiguity about it.
Yeah, and he like still held on and like completed the handshake with a clenched fist. It's like, what are you doing, man?
You know, on some level, you have to respect the full send. Like, the man had an intention of going for the handshake, and there was nothing that was gonna deter him from that handshake. Nah, I feel like you have to be like on some level of cool in order to do like the snap after the dap.
Yeah.
Like I almost feel like I'm like being an imposter if I go for it.
I can't initiate it, I feel like.
You can't initiate the dap or the snap or the what.
Well, really either one. Unless, I don't know, I feel like it's a hierarchical, thing. Like if they outrank me / am older than me, obviously I follow their lead. But if it's like my little cousin or something, yeah, I will initiate that dap 10 times out of 10, baby.
10 times out of 10. If they outrank me. If I see somebody who is more dope than I am, they take the lead.
Exactly, actually, though.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yes. Only the snap is like quite rare, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I see too many people do the snap. But then if they do the snap, it automatically elevates like, their coolness in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like at least a couple notches.
Yeah.
But, yes.
I don't know. I think I just knew one person from high school that did it, the fellow Moises.
Oh,
You know?
Moises. You
Yeah.
would do the snap?
Yeah, he'd do the snap, and he's the only person to this day I think I know personally who goes for the snap.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, I was never once was I like, whoa, he's so cool. He does the snap. You kidding me? It's
What a
just like,
god.
wow,
Wow.
absolute Chad moves over here. It's just like, all right, interesting.
Have a nice day.
Havanada,
What?
Havanada,
Havanada?
Havanada.
It's
I
the
think that's-
most bastardization of English I've heard in a while.
I think that's I can't take credit for that, but that's from Everybody Loves Raymond. If you've seen that TV show,
No.
basically,
Some guy just speaks like that.
well, no, it was like a guy that like it's like, yeah, it's like I don't know what I mean, I forget exactly what the setup was, but basically the guy goes to like a Chinese restaurant like every week or something, and he's just always confused because every time he leaves, he says that there's like a little old Chinese lady who always looks at him and just says "Havanada," and he just doesn't know what's going on until like his wife's just like she's saying "Have a nice day." So,
Wow.
Havanada,
Havanada.
Havanada. So now I just say that now.
Speaking of like ruining a foreigner's chance of understanding you at all. Yeah.
Havanada. And now I say that now. Just Havanada.
It surely confuses other people. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, that's the
goal.
intention.
All goes well.
All according to plan.
What was it? Oh yeah. I do have things I just say basically just to confuse / catch people off guard. Like right when I meet them too.
Just stirring up chaos from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like this morning when I was picking up, I went to I work at the library, so I was picking up big book chute, loading it onto carts, sending them out, and this other page came up to help me, and and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I look at her dead in the eyes, like, good evening.
How did she respond? How do you respond to that?
I mean, she's kind of used to my nonsense, I think,
Oh,
by now.
okay.
But yeah, she just laughed, and it's like, all right.
All right, bro. How many times have you been able to break out the good noon?
Good noon. A
Was it-
non-zero amount of times, actually.
I felt like it was you who was like telling me about like how we have like the 1 minute window where we're able to say good noon.
Good noon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I make sure to say it whenever I catch it.
Yeah, whenever you notice.
Yeah, but now I get so hung up on good evening that,
The good noon has been phased out.
good noon's been phased out.
Wow.
It's better to be blatantly wrong than to be technically correct.
Oh boy.
But that is how I greet people nowadays. Yeah, I say good evening regardless of the time of day.
It could be like 5 a.m. and it's good. Oh, that's okay. That
It's like on the fence,
that'd be
man.
more correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but usually when I say it, it is like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, good evening.
Wow. That's wild.
It is. Yeah, I guess it's pretty wild.
That simplifies your like split second thought process before you have to say something, because you have a default.
Yeah. However, most people, it's like, hey, how's it going? Or what's up?
Yeah.
For me, it's good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, good sir.
Good evening.
May I pleasure you in a crumpet?
Will you give me oral pleasure?
It always comes back. It always comes full circle to How to Catch a Predator.
Well, actually, that's from
Wait, that was
Pulp
not?
Fiction. Yeah, that's from
Wait,
Pulp Fiction.
say it
man.
again.
So, will you give me oral pleasure?
Oh,
Or it's
frick,
like-
that was the wife.
Yeah, the wife of Bruce Willis.
Poor Bruce Willis.
Is there anything that'll turn you off faster than
Than
your
that.
sexual partner? Just will you give me oral pleasure?
He obliges, doesn't he? Or does he not?
He does at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's miserable. That is absolutely miserable.
Yes, and then she like proceeds to obsess over blueberry waffles or blueberry pancakes for like the rest of the movie.
That's a concept.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
What a guy.
What a guy indeed.
What a dude. Good old Bruce Willis giving and receiving.
No.
Oral pleasure.
Stop. It's hitting me how hungry I am.
Yeah.
I'm very hungry.
Should have eaten beforehand.
Should have
like
eaten
your boy.
breakfast or lunch or something.
Haven't eaten all day?
No.
No.
That could have been my 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah. Although that would have been a pretty obvious truth, though. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, very true. I could come up with 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah. Do it.
Alright, let me think.
Do it.
Let me think.
Hit it. Hit me with that dank stuff. See, it's not so easy.
No. I've
can't-
got two.
You can't just pull one out and just, out
Can't
of the
just whip
ether.
it out.
Can't just like 2 guys at a playground, man. You can't just whip it out for no reason.
Yeah. I just need one more. I had a wild one. Fill the air.
Let's see. More weird things I say to people. I say that explains a lot to things. To where, like, even for things that explain nothing. It's like somebody told me one time, it's like, man, I've been eating a lot of, like, cheese and rice lately. I said, oh, that explains a lot. It's like, wait, how? It's like, I don't know. There's no reason. I'll just say that from time to time.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. I have eaten horse before.
Yeah.
I've won a table tennis match using a frying pan.
That's obviously true.
And I had plans to do, I had concrete plans to do shrooms.
Yeah. But what was the first one?
I've eaten horse before.
Eaten horse before? Actually, I feel like now that already said it, I don't know. Maybe the tennis one might be the lesser. I don't know. I completely believe that you made plans to do shrooms. I'm actually a little surprised that you haven't already done them, but you know.
This comes at no surprise.
Yeah. And then horse, I don't know. I feel like it's not that crazy to have eaten horse.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, maybe that's how they get you. It's totally believable. Yeah, and then won a tennis match with a frying pan. What kind of tennis match? What was
Table tennis.
Okay, well, okay. But I mean, where was it?
What?
Like, where was it?
This college campus.
College campus?
Yeah.
With like another college dude?
Yeah.
Just like at like a table?
Yeah.
Where'd you
Match to 11.
Where'd you eat the horse?
Iceland.
Iceland? You ate a
Mhm.
horse in Iceland? I feel like that's the most. I feel like that's more impressive than just eating the horse. That you ate it in Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll just pick one and say table tennis.
Yeah, that is a lie.
That is the
actually.
lie. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one wasn't as black and white though.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah. It was definitely between the horse and the tennis for sure.
Gee, man's are sure that I've made plans to do shrooms.
But you didn't do it.
But I did. Well,
So sad.
my contact ended up catching COVID.
Yeah.
And so, like, she was gonna, like, she straight up had, like, made the purchase and everything. Like,
Yeah.
she just needed to, like, get it, and then we were gonna have tea.
Your first time doing shrooms and she's having you drink the tea version of it?
Yeah, she would have done the tea version.
She must fucking hate you. I hear that you're definitely supposed to just eat the physical thing the first time because if
Really?
you drink it, it comes on way faster and way more immediately. If you
Maybe she
drink the
did hate
tea.
me. Yeah. So those plans fell through. When I did the horse, I actually also ate puffin and whale and
All right.
one other thing that I don't remember. That wasn't as surprising. It was some other fish. But horse and puffin are the
Salmon?
more exotic. Salmon. You just throw in some salmon with horse and puffin. Yeah. I will say the puffin was not good.
No.
No.
That's a bird, right?
Yeah, it is a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
It was very much not good. The horse though.
Yeah? That good? What, is it like deer or something or what?
What do you mean? Oh, does it taste like
Taste-wise.
deer?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was. I think it's hard to describe. It was
Taste-
unique, very meaty.
Very meaty?
Yeah.
So you're saying your meat was very meaty?
Well, like the puffin meat was not very meaty. It tasted like very like rubbery,
Oh,
like fatty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're so lean.
Dude, yeah, that was absurd though. Like we went to this place, like one of the few places that advertised that you can eat puffin,
Yeah.
and I paid something absurd for this. Like I paid $40 or something, and maybe $30. Any amount over like 20 would have been absurd, but they gave it to you on this like slab of like volcanic rock.
For no reason.
For no reason, just plating, and then
Weird
like
flex, but
you
alright.
get like a tiny amount of like horse, tiny amount of puffin, tiny amount of like whale, and then whatever else.
Yeah.
It's like not a meal at all.
Yeah.
Like this is enough to like quench.
Quench the thirst.
Yeah, then, like maybe enough for like a 2-year-old to eat,
Yeah.
but not for like anyone that like has any sort of appetite. And so, plus like only 1 out of the 4 things tasted good, and so
Wait, did the whale taste bad?
whale tasted okay.
Uh,
I think it was like we ranked these. It was like horse, then the other thing, then whale, then puffin.
man, so for being your second favorite thing, must not have been too great.
My second favorite thing.
Yeah, what was the other thing?
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember. It was
ca-
some
was
like
it cat?
no, it was some like exotic fish, like not mahi mahi.
Like shark?
no, not shark, not
Uh,
dolphin. Like not. It was like a. I couldn't tell you.
No.
No,
Was it a normal fish?
it was pretty like normal-ish but exotic. Like you can't just go and buy it at a supermarket.
Swordfish?
Oh,
Was
what?
it swordfish?
It may have been.
Hey.
It was something like that. Swordfish or
was.
something. I did have a
Swordfish.
swordfish steak over there as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Yeah.
I think that might have been why it was ranked second, because it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like swordfish steak over there. We had a lot of lamb. That was some good lamb.
Yeah.
Um,
Although I feel like I'd like lamb more because they always cover it in like that flaky stuff, you know?
flaky stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's just the places I go to that serve lamb. But they always have like that layer of like, I don't know if it's spices or something or like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Where you can just take your finger and just like, there's just like, it's just a whole pile of nonsense on there. It's like, all right, you know? I feel like you might have overspiced this a little bit, you know?
maybe the places that you're going to. Well, the one that we were at, they spiced it, but not like excessively.
Yeah.
But those were good. And then a lot of debauchery,
Oh,
as you do
yeah.
when you're in Iceland.
What do they do in Iceland?
What? No, we were just drinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least that's what you're willing to say on air.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, you know Iceland famous for its massive orgies.
Yeah. Were you speaking from experience with the shrooms? Or
No, I just know
Yes,
people.
no. Oh.
No, I just remember somebody who did many drugs,
Mm.
many drugs. Once told me that. Well, because we were talking about Midsummer, and apparently
Oh.
and during the part where the main character, she takes shrooms.
Yeah, I
That
remember
the,
this.
Yeah, the guy's
from
like,
the get-go.
yeah, the guy basically does what your friend did to you. It's like, oh, just drink the tea; it'll taste a lot better. And he's like, yeah, never do that because it'll hit you like a freight train if you do that.
I never realized that it was shrooms that she was on
Yeah, they're taking
during that
mushrooms.
entire. Yeah,
Yeah,
when she had grass growing out of her hand.
exactly. Yeah, that's the one.
That's nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was almost me.
Almost you. Could have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know this contact?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I do know somebody.
Okay.
Although
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still in the business or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm still open to doing it, but probably not here. I'll probably do it at Harvard.
What you trying to say?
What?
What you trying to
I'd
say?
want like a good like
You want
trip,
that make-
trip setter.
Make it even worse. It's like I want to have a good experience.
no. No. No, I just want like a good trip setter.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also rejected acid, which I
Yeah.
think was the correct choice.
Maybe. Depends on your situation, I guess.
My situation.
I don't know. It's like, well, I'm gonna need to fly a plane like in a couple minutes, so maybe not.
Probably not the best move.
Yeah. I don't know. They'll make them legal one day. We've already got weed, so
yeah,
you know.
I think they will actually.
they will actually.
I think like give it a few decades, couple decades, 1 decade,
Man.
more than 1 decade.
I'd like to think. I don't know. I'd like to think it would be pretty soon. I don't
Yeah?
know. Because I mean, I don't know. At least from what I can tell, at least, like mushrooms
Or
doesn't like, hurt you the
Yeah.
way like heroin and cocaine does and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like as long as you make it right and you put it through the FDA and stuff, like acid should be fine, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm not a drug expert.
That's true. I think that if anything is gonna come after weed, like how quickly did the weed movement like? Well, that's been
That's
in
been
the
going
making
since
for
like
a long
yeah,
time.
like the 60s.
Yeah. Which is why like I don't know if it's gonna be very immediate, but like of all the drugs to be legalized next, I think mushrooms has a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, what else would it even be? What would even be third?
MDMA, maybe.
Uh,
No.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I know it. Is that also psychedelic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I heard.
But not. I think like by a long shot it would be shrooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I definitely think like psychedelics are probably next.
Yeah.
Much more than, opioids.
Things that will get you mixed up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that opioid should ever be legal.
Yeah.
I think that's just way too dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like things that are like non-addictive,
Right.
non-chemically addictive
Yeah.
would be good.
Imagine if opium was just fully legal.
That'd be a time. That'd be like I think it would be so normalized in our society
Yeah.
for like people just casually do opioids.
Yeah.
Would not be good. Plus, it's just like over stimulus. Like, people talk about the dangers of, like, how much our society is leaning towards just overstimulation, like
Yeah.
constant stimulation, and so like the simple things no longer are pleasurable.
Right.
And opioids would straight up just take that to, not just one level up, like several levels up.
Dude, imagine you're just like your whole that'll be people's whole existences.
Yeah.
It's just being on opium and just watching porn and jacking off all day.
Yeah.
And that's all they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like one of people's concerns with like VR like truly taking off, or like getting to the point where we just have alternate reality always.
Yeah.
But meh.
Yeah,
You win some, you lose some.
It's the price of progress.
So is life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think eventually our world is probably gonna lean towards something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I always felt like Brave New World and stuff, like, honestly ain't that crazy.
Take your Soma.
Yeah. I always had the hot take in high school that actually, like, Brave New World was actually a utopian story. I don't know. For some reason, it just always trips me out when people are like, what's that? A society where everybody's happy all the time? What an absolute anarchy. What monsters. How dare you be happy all the time? Honestly, the only reason why people even claim it's a dystopia is because of the few people that weren't happy. The
Yeah.
only reason they weren't because they didn't take their drugs like they were supposed to.
Just drug yourself up, homie.
Yeah, if you just did what you're supposed to do, you would have been happy like everyone else. But
True.
no, you had to be the one guy.
It's also like the vast minority. But then isn't that also the case with like The Giver? Like people are complacent, or like maybe not happy, but like you've read The Giver, yeah?
Like when I was in 4th grade or something, so it's a
Okay.
little fuzzy, not gonna lie.
Yeah. But I felt like in that book, people were also like okay. I don't know if they were like happy all the time,
Yeah.
but they were like at least not sad or like pain, or like all of those concepts were foreign to them.
Yeah.
So sucks for the giver and the receiver, but not for anyone else. So maybe that's also kind of utopian.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's only dystopian to like that one guy.
One guy has to mess it all up.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, I mean, let's see. What happens to Bernard at the end of Brave New World? I forgot. I know John hangs himself at the end.
That's like the very ending.
Yeah. And then the rest of the town just walks up and just starts like full on playing with his body or whatever. Just like, bruh, check it out.
I don't know what happens in Bernard. something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Happily ever after.
I feel like that's like, I feel like for him, happily ever after was very much not the happily ever
Yeah.
after though. So I mean, what do you even? I don't know.
No, it's been a while since since we read Brave New World
Brave New World. Yeah.
back then.
The old times.
Yeah.
The ye old days, man.
The old days.
The old days.
The old days.
The oldies.
The old.
Having a da.
How different do you think that the English language will be in 2 centuries? Not much different, actually.
Extremely different. I
You think extremely different?
Have you ever read anything from like
The
the
only thing is
1800s, man?
2 centuries ago, 1800s, it was still like
Okay, maybe not very
Same
different,
English.
but it's
Yeah,
gonna.
like,
But people are. It's gonna be hard though.
One was like the most recent like major shift in the English language. Middle Age. No.
When was like?
Shakespeare.
Yeah, when was it? Was like 1300s or something. 13. 14.
Shakespeare was 1300s.
I feel like it. I could look that up.
No way.
When was Shakespeare?
What? No way.
What? No way. See, now that one's To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Oh, this is way later.
Yeah,
What?
that's what I thought. Like 15.
It's like 1564 to 1616,
yeah.
allegedly,
Yeah.
if he was real.
If he was real.
Hmm.
I've heard that theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so 1500s, so that's not too far off. Like 2 or 3 centuries, our language might be different.
Yeah.
Or,
It's 400 years,
yeah.
a little more than 400 years. Yeah. You probably.
What does that sound?
What are you doing, man?
I didn't do anything.
You messing with my mic? Let me get a little closer, see what's going on.
I think it's gone.
I don't know. We'll just hope it was nothing.
Well, yeah. I don't know what the next evolution in language would be. I feel like it'd just be like even more like 1984 levels of simplification.
Maybe.
Or,
Well,
like, we'll
but
just
the
get
thing
lazy.
is, it's not even like modern days. It's not really simplified. It's just other things, like yeet. That's a new word.
That is a new word.
It means something else. It's just a new word that we added. And lit, and like sick with 2 C's.
thick with 2 C's.
Thick with 2 C's. Thought,
True. But this is all like in the past also had slang.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I don't think that the slang necessarily defines like the language. Or at least like the major structures of the language.
Hmm. What if the evolution of language is just like deep fried memes? It's just us deep frying language.
Bruh. Bruh.
Like people used to talk like, oh, for hitherto thou art mine brother,
Mhm.
And it's like, yo, bro, what's up? It's just them deep frying language.
Double plus good.
Yeah.
That'd be a change.
Some deep fried English.
Yeah. I
How f-
wonder. Nope.
No.
No.
What was it there and it left?
I was gonna say something about like globalization of language.
Well,
But
that's
then
that was what I
it's
was thinking.
already. Yeah.
Although I was saying, how funny is it that we, as like people, invented out of the ether sign language, and we chose to make it different across all language.
Yeah.
How absolutely bonkers is that? You had the chance to make the universal language and you screwed it up somehow.
Wow. Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Yeah. Real-time translation has come a long way too.
Yeah.
Or at least like Google almost defaults to it now with Google Translate.
Yeah.
Like when you open it up, like this is now what it's like, and it's. I guess it doesn't default to it, but conversation is pretty cool.
La
Conversación.
conversación es muy buena.
Nice.
Big booty bitches. Slap that in
Bet,
Spanish.
bet.
But big booty bitches. How dare you censor that?
Gran botín perra.
There you go.
Why does it censor it?
Took the literal translation of bitches. However, I think it is perras, plural.
Yeah.
Multiple bitches.
Yeah, I agree.
Multiple big booty bitches. Can't just have one.
Agreed. Yes. I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you gonna eat afterwards?
I don't know. I might make a sandwich.
Yeah. You know what occurred to me, like, as soon as I left my car,
What?
that we could have done this, like, way closer to your house.
Yeah, because you're about to drive me back. True.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I was thinking that on the way, like when we were on the frontage,
Yeah.
driving along, like, we are far.
we kind of went a little bit of a
Yeah.
ways. Well, things got a little out of hand, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
We're back to the familiar.
Yeah, just a man of habit, so much.
Yeah.
Even though, like, the Abbott Park has got to be, like, objectively a better recording space than here.
Abbott. Oh, real time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the sound of landing planes for no reason. It's not even an airport around here. What's that noise? Partially the freeway, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's just loud for no reason.
We'll chalk it up to just ambient.
The ambiance.
The ambiance.
Ambiance.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Baguette.
Oui, oui. Baguette.
Bag.
Bilbo Baguette.
Bag. How, dude? The way that baguette is spelled.
Yeah.
Baguette.
Bag wet.
Bag.
Hey,
wet.
man, I got my bag wet.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, boy.
Boah.
Boy. Yeah, boy. You know, I think I saw. I keep telling Justin I'm gonna send him the video, but it still hasn't happened. But I saw a video, yeah, that's like Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's like every time Arthur Morgan says "boy,"
Just
in a
cut
compilation.
together.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. There's probably variation in how he says it too.
Yeah.
Like not just like boy, but like boy,
Boy.
boy,
Yeah.
boy,
Boy. But mostly just boy.
boy.
Come here, boy.
I need to play that game. I need to finish that game.
That's ridiculous.
I think we talked about like how far into the game I got, and I was
Yeah.
not far at all.
Where are you now?
Like, we had like gone through Strawberry. I think the fishing thing with the kid came before that, yeah. Breaking Mike out.
I think you can do that at like round about the same time, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere around there. Not far at all.
Who's the main bad guy? Or rather,
There's
who's
still like the O'Driscolls and the Pinkerton dudes came around
Okay.
when we were fishing.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay.
I think like I don't remember if it was like chapter like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Out of there's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think it might have been chapter 2.
not,
So
not even halfway
yeah.
through. Not only that, but chapter 1's like a short chapter 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like, bro, you went through like 2 of the chapters, and one of them was the shortest chapter or something. It's a good game.
It's an extremely good game, man.
It's only $30 right now on the Epic Store.
Man. Too bad that I already
Yeah.
own it,
Yeah.
played it, completed it, played the story like 2 full run-throughs and like every other mission like several times on top of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should play that game.
It's a really good one.
Instead, I'm just adding to the 1,200 hours that I have on Apex Legends.
Is that what you're on right now? 1,200?
I might be. That was an educated guess. I know it's at least 1,100.
Yeah. Educated guess and really not all that generous.
No.
1,200, man. Did I ever tell you that speaking of things that would have been nice to know and, would have been nice to remember when I was doing that 2 truths and a lie thing.
Oh.
You know that I once knew the World of Warcraft fishing champion of the
Yes,
world?
yeah.
Yeah, I told you about that.
You did. I've heard about this. That's absurd.
Yeah, she was like well over 1,000 hours.
That is like the definition of weird flex, but okay, if you bring that up. Jesus. Wow. Right, I might call it there so I can go eat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
All right.
Right. GG's.
Good games. Get good.
Get good, scrub.
Get good. That's what I always like when I'm playing games, and because of course I'm like a Dark Souls guy.
Yeah.
Every time someone in a multiplayer game said GG's for like a long time, I thought they were saying get good.
It's like displaying some goodwill, and you're like, is that what they would say in Dark Souls? GG meant.
Yeah, GG
Get
means
good.
get good.
Oh wow. Wow.
Well, it means get good. It's like
GUD.
No, it's like GIT space GUD. Get good.
Get good. Wow.
Speaking of the desecration of language.
Yeah. It's just like we have actual spellings for these things, but screw 'em.
Yeah.
Forget it.
We're Dark Souls. We don't have time to type. Kidding me?
I've seen GG is the ultimate shortening, but I've seen like GT, GD as well.
What's the GT stand for?
Get.
Get.
GD is good. Get good.
Oh, get good. Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually get good.
Yeah, GT, GD.
GT, GD.
Yeah, I've seen
Get
that.
good.
But yeah.
Yeah. Fun game.
All right, GG's.
All
Get
right,
good.
Get good.
Good luck. Have fun.
Scrubs. Outro music. Play.
End of the podcast. It's the end of the